Be experimental. Be restless. Be happy. Or not. But always be strong. Start creating and never stop. Go chase the light. Or embrace the shadows. Flow with the wind and light a spark. Wear something new, wear something old, it doesn't really matter. Go on a girl's date. Hell, go on a date. Mean business and bend the rules. Be who you are and who you aren't.
So hello everyone, welcome back, and it's been too long and apparently I've forgotten how to talk to the camera. Shit. Anyways, welcome back to the third installment of my portfolio building series, which is my initiative to shoot a video each month of a different genre, so by the end of the year I would have compiled a respectable portfolio. But my last back test seems to be shot in November last year, so that clearly highlighted my unbreakable bond with procrastination. However, since summer have started, I have finally found the time to get off my ass and make something that I've been thinking about since March, which is a fashion video. And to be honest, it was genuinely fun to shoot, not to mention really fucking hard. And with that being said, here are a few things I've picked up along the way. So if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you will probably notice my very wide collection of fashion items. So in order to make this video, I would need to find a ton of references as to how to dress my talents and how to better display it. And somehow genius me came up with a concept that would make my life a living hell. Since the spec client for this ad is ASOS, which is an online store with more options than you could ever fathom, the main theme behind this video is different talents wearing distinctly different outfits in different scenarios to convey that you can pick your identity through your choice of style. So the first thing I did was going through videos after videos of similar concept and just picking references regarding tone, mood, directions, and whatnot. And that took way longer than I expected.
So I'm actually at school right now, and if anyone walked in on me doing this, they'll probably think that I'm a creep. Like, I have to go through all this and yeah, go through the whole shop just to find something that sticks. Well, this place internet sucks, but anyways.
I organized my references with my new favorite website, Milanote, and have a general idea and created the mood board for this shoot. And now we move on to location scouting. Because the scenes were all in my head when I first saw the videos, so I basically just ran around town and found locations like this rooftop right here, and yeah, and a few backup ones, which I'm pretty glad that I did because shit happens a lot. Now the planning stage for this video is rather tedious because I kind of took my own advice from my last video, which is meticulously planning out elements of my shoot, and that actually paid off. So there was this one scene where I planned to shoot with school uniforms, and I wore two skirts. One of them was of normal length and the other one was so short that I never intended to use. But somehow I brought the wrong one on set. To solve this, we visited a new location with a new outfit that I had as a backup option, and it turned out fine. And all that was possible because of pre-production. Now I also made a detailed shot list to make sure that I know exactly how to move the camera and direct my talents, and this was tremendously useful because I'm no longer just going on set and thinking of something cool. I have a plan. In conclusion, pre-planning my video is therapeutic and have now become my new favorite thing to do. But interestingly, even with all that being done, like, it's still nerve-wracking to head into production because it will really get you thinking, if I prepared that much and things still goes wrong, it's probably a devastating fucking blow. Fortunately, it wasn't the case in this video, but my obsession and this thinking really came back and bite me in the ass later on, but let's save that for last. It had now been exactly a year since I ushered my unqualified ass into the production industry, and I actually learned this rather early on. For professional shoots, there are many departments and many people at work. You really need to be a team player. But for my personal projects, I have this tendency to be a bit of a control freak and wanting to decide and do everything by myself, which stresses me out every time without fail. But for this shoot, I really need to learn how to be collaborative because I needed advice and suggestions from my talent regarding how to dress because I have zero fashion sense and decided to make a fashion video. But also because it's the first time of me working with models and they just have a lot to teach me about how to direct them. Whether it be specifying movements or just dictating facial expressions, I couldn't thank them enough because even with a deliberate storyboard, there are still instances where I just froze out and don't know what to do. But they always come up with something on the spot and ease my troubles. And for my crew, they also part in either lending me gear or just giving me pointers as to solving immediate problems. And even though I called them up pretty last minute, it was still really fun to have them being so helpful and patient with me. Now, all in all, the act of freeing up myself towards creative input is just something that I need to learn and make a habit of because it will really open up a lot of new opportunities for me down the road. And talking about liberating oneself, we move to the last part of this video. Now, after hearing all the planning, money, and time spent on this project, it might be a surprise for you to hear this from me. I didn't like the video. I have a distinctly different picture of the whole thing in my head before I started this project, and the output was very far off from what I expect from myself, and it was a hard pill to swallow. And aside from that, I bought a whole fucking gimbal, 2 LED lights, and pretty much exhausted all my favors just to make this video. So to see it fall flat like this is so crushing to say the least. I spent hours and hours trying to perfect the color grade and salvage poorly lit shots and just barrage the VO artist with new suggestions and revisions to a point where I basically burned myself out. In one of my earlier videos, shot 6 months ago, I said something along the lines of wholehearted results cannot be expected from half-hearted efforts. And that's precisely the most frustrating thing. I feel like I've given my all for this project and the outcome was still mediocre, and I couldn't stop bashing myself about it. In a fit of fury, I retreated to a day of YouTube binging and I bumped into David Sandberg's video of him making his short film Shadowed and how everything went against him and he basically had a mini existential crisis. Then he realizes that short film was just something that he made for fun and one of the millions of videos that he have made or will make, and it's just not worth the trouble. That thinking really struck a chord with me because I'm the kind of guy who always wants everything to be perfect, and it could sometimes literally stop me in my tracks. I often fall into the trap of thinking that my work defines my worth, and to be honest, I'm kind of done letting it dictate how I feel about myself. So I reopened the project file, tweaked something here and there, and come to the conclusion that it was good enough. No one's gonna notice the ugly color spill that we had in this half-a-second shot or this chromatic aberration that I can't find a way to fix. It's all just in my head, and it's all just ego. Because if I learned anything from this shoot, it will be this. Feeling shitty about something that I clearly cannot deal with at this point is not gonna change anything, and it's sure as hell not an indication of how I strive for greatness. Obsessing over it, bashing myself in, and giving up is the easy way out. The harder and the actual better way to go about this is to let go, learn my lessons, and make something better. So thank you for watching this video, and clearly I've forgotten how to talk to the camera, so I spent like 2-3 hours recording this talking head. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, even though it doesn't bother me anymore. But yeah, I've been making a few filmmaking videos for the past few months, and I think it's time for a little change. So stay tuned. Once again, thank you, and bye.